Welcome to Your Bookkeeping Matters. I'm Lisa Turner, bringing you short and snackable weekly episodes on bookkeeping and business matters in an easy to understand way so you can be in control and confident that you know your bookkeeping matters. Let's dive into this week's episode. Hey there, wonderful listener, and welcome back to another episode of Your Bookkeeping Matters. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic affecting both small business owners and bookkeepers alike. I want to talk to you today about what can often be a controversial topic, which is the different areas in small business finances we call bookkeepers no-go zones. What do I mean by no-go zones? Well, to provide services for most things numbers related, you need to have some training, qualifications, registrations, or licenses. And it can often be controversial because you'll find people offering a mix of any and all different services without the relevant licenses that are legally required. I've been through in many different episodes the things bookkeepers can do and why we need to be registered BAS agents to offer you those services. And because I'm very often asked to do some things outside my scope, I thought today would be a great short and snackable episode to share with you the things we don't do and why. So you can think of these no-go zones as areas where we either tread lightly or don't venture into at all. Us bookkeepers are masters with numbers, of course, but there are very specific areas we are not allowed to work with you on. Now, you might be thinking, why is it so important to understand what these bookkeepers no-go zones are? Well, we're not tax advisors, financial planners, or legal eagles. And for good reason. Like our bookkeeping services, those services and amazing people are heavily specialised with their own wealth of knowledge, training, and qualifications. So if your bookkeeper wants to put their hand up and do some of these things for you, you need to be aware of the implications, both legal and financial, and why this is not good for your business. First up is the most common no-go we get hit up for all the time is taxation and tax returns. This covers areas like your personal income tax, company tax, business structure, profit distribution, all those top level things. They might sound like small areas or topics, but my word, they are huge, and I mean huge areas. And it's an absolute maze filled with rules, regulations, and obligations. Now, I love numbers, but tax totally does my head in, and I steer super clear of it and leave all those fun things up to my trusty tax agent. And it's because of all these laws and rules and implications and needing a holistic overall view of your personal and business finances, tax agents have different license and training requirements to us BAS agents or bookkeepers. Let's pretend you have a small business and you are looking at a wide variety of tax obligations. Firstly, GST, which you can, of course, rely on your trusty BAS agent bookkeeper to manage this one for you. On top of which, you also can have income tax, company tax if you're structured this way, in some circumstances, capital gains tax, and if you've got employees, there can be fringe benefits tax. Like I said, your bookkeeper can take off the first one there, the GST, but without a tax agent registration, we can't delve into the detailed intricacies of Australian tax law. Your tax agent is the best person to help you explore the different business structures to optimize your tax position and overall where you stand with the taxes you'll need to pay. Without looking to and using a fully qualified tax agent who specializes in your industry, you could be missing out on the benefit of advanced strategies, insights, and support. All of these could potentially save you thousands of dollars. So you could miss out on all of that by not using the right tax agent. The best part, your business needs both a bookkeeper and a tax agent or a tax accountant. Why, you ask? Head back to a very early episode of the show, Bookkeeper versus Accountant, to find out the differences and how we work super well together as part of your team. Your bookkeepers are recording the detailed, nitty-gritty financial activity accurately, so your tax agents can do what they do best and look at the bigger picture for you, knowing they're working with some very squeaky clean numbers for you. What's another no-go zone for me and my fellow bookkeepers? Let's all steer clear of the realm of legals. Okay, it's not only a no-go zone for myself and all my fellow bookkeepers, but everyone who is not a solicitor, don't do it. It's crucial to understand only your solicitor can provide you with the best advice and craft your legal documents to suit you. When it comes to things like your terms and conditions and employee contracts, bring in a qualified solicitor. I can't stress this enough. We as bookkeepers aren't legal experts. We're not lawyers. We're not up to date with every legal thing which may impact your specific business. Involving your bookkeeper in tasks like creating terms and conditions might seem cost effective, but it can and most likely will backfire. You might think you've covered all your bases because you used terms and conditions from a store which you think is exactly like yours, only to find out later they're not able to be used or leaned on or relied on for legal reasons. A cautionary example to share with you. This, of course, is not me and not any of my clients. It's a scenario shared in a small business Facebook group where a business owner asked their bookkeeper to draft up some employee contracts, thinking it was a simple and straightforward task. However, they sadly didn't consult with a solicitor and get them to do it for them, and a nasty, horrible bit of dispute popped up with an employee on the contract the bookkeeper put together, but the contract didn't cover the business at all, and the legal implications were messy, insanely stressful, and super expensive to resolve, when if a solicitor had crafted these employee contracts in the first place to suit the business, it could have been easily all resolved much earlier on for much less expense and much less stress. I do hear this phrase all the time, it's too expensive to get tailored legal documents. So a bit of a bonus here for you today. In one of my previous episodes, I had a very special guest, my friend and solicitor, Tracy Myler-Crane from TM Solicitor, join me and we delved into how your legal fees can actually make you money in your business. Sounds crazy, right? But trust me, go back and have a listen if you haven't already. Making sure you have beautifully crafted legal documents for your business by a solicitor, not your bookkeeper, helps you move forward in your business without the potential legal risks. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? The last big no-go zone to chat through today is financial planning, advice, and investments. Yet another numbers topic, which is wide and varied and outside your brilliant bookkeeper's scope. Because when it comes to making the right financial moves, your bookkeeper isn't your financial planner or investment guru. We can, as bookkeepers, absolutely provide you with insights into your business's financial health, Providing advice on how to structure your funds, assets, and investments going forward, however, needs the brilliance of a registered financial planner. Even seemingly simple tasks like recommending specific banks for you to use can be more complex than they appear. What works well for one business may not work so well for another due to your varied personal and business goals, circumstances, and financial situations. So while we, your bookkeeper, may know of some great banking options, we legally can't provide you with advice or support on those matters. In the same stream, we can't tell you how much you need to put aside in your savings account or how much you should invest in a particular month or year. If, however, you tell us you'd like to save 20%, we can help you work it out and keep you on track. But we can't give you the percentage or the amount you need at the end of the year. No-go zone for us. We strongly recommend you get in touch with a financial planner or business advisor who can look at all your finances and work with you to meet the financial goals you're trying to reach. The main point to remember here, the person to help with your financial planning and investments is not your bookkeeper, and it's a no-go zone for us. So they're the 3 big no-go zones for bookkeepers I wanted to touch on today: taxation, legals, and financial advice. So how do we as professionals navigate staying away from these effectively? Let me spill the tea. You'll be surprised to hear this because it's a very simple strategy, and that is stay in your own lane. Staying in your own lane in the business world in general is all about recognizing and knowing your strengths, limitations, and the roles of the professionals you work with. For us as professional bookkeepers, we know our role is to manage your financial records, reconcile accounts, provide insights into your financial health and performance. Your financial health is our focus. If you're ever unsure of what we, your bookkeepers, can take care of for you, always ask us the question. You can always ask questions. It can't hurt anything. Don't ever hesitate. If you feel like you can't ask your bookkeeper any questions, well, this is another issue. Maybe they're not the right one, because open communication is the key to productive relationships. But when you do ask, if it's not in our wheelhouse, we'll generally know the perfect person, business, or area to guide you to where you can get exactly what you're looking for. Another easy way to know what your bookkeeper can help you with is take a look at your engagement letter they prepared for you and you signed before you started working together. This should have some crystal clear tasks and processes set out that they take care of for you. Maybe I should add here, we're not trying to avoid doing things for you with these no-go zones. Only make sure you're getting things done the right way. You're protected. You're not opening yourself up to legal battles or further fines and penalties. We want you to work with the experts who can provide you with the best service. Well, now you know it can not only be detrimental to the health and future of your business, but there can also be extremely hefty fines, I just mentioned, involved for everyone doing these things when they're not registered. What can you do now you've listened to this episode and you're aware of these no-go areas for bookkeepers? You can find the perfect professionals to work with and build great relationships with them, where you can ask questions of your tax agent, solicitor, and financial planners. We're all here to support you and cheer you on, each with their own specialty, and all of us are an important part of your team. I hope you have a clear view now of our no-go zones and why. But if you've still got questions or you're keen to discuss some of these more, I'm all ears. You know how much I love hearing from you. So please feel free to reach out through Instagram or email, which I'll link, of course, both of those in the show notes. And while we're on the topic of hearing from you, I would absolutely love it if you could leave the show a review because it helps us reach the ears of more business owners, and I can also use your feedback to help shape future episodes. Thanks for popping me in your ears today, either for the first time or a long-time listener. I appreciate you and can't wait to chat to you next week.